My mind is a raging torrent, flooded with rivulets of thought, cascading into a waterfall of creative alternatives.
God darn it, Mr. Lamar. You use your tongue prettier than a $20.
The owner always wanted to run away and join the circus when he was a kid. Now son of a bitch owns the circus. Ah, man. Real license to steal.
Oh, yeah. The American dream come true, man. Pure Horatio Alger.
Yeah, welcome to the happy place.
Listen, let's get down to brass tacks here, man. How much for the ape?
Las Vegas, a city built upon sand, broken dreams, and $5 lobster. A city where you can get a happy ending, but only if you pay a little extra.
Yay. Hello. What's up? What up? It was Friday yesterday. I just like that theme song. I got to turn myself up a little bit because I have to hear myself. I should have probably checked this beforehand. Let's see if the audio's messed up. Oh, yes, of course it is. Gosh dang it. That's better. Fucking Windows. Hi, everybody. I'm actually not in San Diego County. I'm in San Marcos, and I'm bored. Got kind of all my work done. I was going to do a Doctor Who video tonight, and after watching the episode, fuck no, I'm done. There's one more Doctor Who video to come on this murder and merry suicide of one of the greatest shows ever made. And that will be when it's canceled. And I'm guessing I will be able to make that video by the end of this season. But that's it. That's going to be it. Unless I do a retrospective on the stuff I liked. But as far as culturally commentating on this show, other than live streams, I'm fucking done. I'm not going to spend time on a video for this shit. The episode was fucking terrible. But I mean, that's to be totally expected at this point. Totally expected. And yes, they did utter the term Planet of the Incels in it. So I had a bunch of free time tonight, and I got to pack up for Vegas. I'll be there tomorrow. But I'm like, I'm just going to go live. So let's see who's here. Robin Fox, Apollo Monopoly, James Wade, Jeff Up North, I missed Helen there. I'm gonna burp. I'm not gonna be like Az. Oh, that's a good one. Melon Magnus, Corbin Greiner, Beowulf's Revenge. DW is here. Ashikayana. Did I say that right? Probably not. Ben Ryder, Pens fan for life. Is that what? Do you like pens? I like pens too. I use pens all the time. Joe Soffit, Abigor, James I. Fowler, the Cosmic Crusader, Whiskey Cardinal Wes, Just G, Furious Phil, and it's spelled F-I-L-L. Gojira Star 5477. How could I say that one? Hypnotic. What's up, brother? What's up, brother? How's it going? You're killing it over there. Keep it up. Keep it up. Enoch Maman, Reviews and Rants, Boomer Bonsai. Vets Talking. Oh, what's up, brothers? How's it going, Vets Talking? Hail. You night owls, you. Night Shadow 777. Bluegrass Berserker. Roger Nichols. Booby Bobber. We all like to do that. David B. M. Mooney. I have to look around my freaking. I guess I could move that, but why not? Why bother? I have to look around my microphone arm. Vera, hey, what's up? Solid State Citizen, Juice Simpson, the Framinator, Fun with Collecting, Snex, Vic Whiplash, Julius Caesar, Ryan is right. He's right for sure. The Claw, Ed C, Heartbreak Ridge, Captain Salty, Great U.S. Treasure Hunt, Darren Schaefer, Steve McRae, Wedge Seraph, Brett, Beowulf's Revenge, Gandalf the Wolf, The Reject, Sola Felix, Soundwave Superior 21, Noons is here. What's up, Noons? Hello, my lady. Darth Yeager, I already said hi to you, Whiskey. Christopher Peak, Paige Ashley, and I'm losing it now. There's so many of you. That's great. Jose A. Taco, CN Sampson Books, Cannibal the Dragon, Poppin' Fresh J. I'm trying to say as many names as I can. One Winged Maverick, Joaquin Morris, Lean Back. Okay. Welcome to Nerdrotic is Toxic at Night. Been a while since I've done a Nerdrotic at Night. Cool sip of bubbly water here. 0 calories seltzer water. It's better than soda. What up, WG? How's it going? I've gotten we'll just shoot the shit. We are just gonna shoot the shit. Cause just sitting in a hotel room. I've watched as much Clarkson's Farm as I can watch, and I was watching other people's live streams. I'm like, I'm gonna do my own. So the Doctor Who episode, since I'm not doing a review, was shit. Absolute shit. It was Belinda resting bitch face. Resting. It looks like she's constantly smelling shit face as the new companion. And in one episode, she became the single most insufferable companion in the history of Doctor Who. And she makes Clara look nice. Clara in the Capaldi. I said Capaldi. Capaldi era. He makes her look nice. I mean, Jenna Coleman's hot. This woman is not. She's not. She's also annoying as fuck, and I was hoping she would get murdered, but she didn't. The potential companion in the first episode that was being set up does get murdered by the robots, and I would have rather have seen her. She seemed nicer. And better looking. So it starts out with a incel boyfriend. How that happens, I'm not really sure. Buys Belinda a star for her birthday. She's completely ungrateful. He's your typical white male in modern RTD Doctor Who, so he's kind of a fucking idiot. It's a caricature of what they think the incel is, and of course, this comes right on the heels of Adolescence, which is about incels, even though the kid was 13, and every fucking 13-year-old's an incel. And what they're trying to tell you, because it's really subtle, guys. I'm not sure if you're picking up the message, picking up what they're putting down. Masculinity inherently is bad. The fact that you have testosterone flowing through your veins, put there by the great architect, the higher power, God, whoever you choose, was mistaken. Nature was mistaken. And all masculinity is bad. And that's what's missing from all of our favorite, beloved intellectual properties, our mythology. I say American mythology, but it's world mythology, Western civilization mythology. I fucking love pop art and pop culture, the pop mythology, if you will. The one key thing that makes it really bad now is zero masculinity. Zero, because all masculinity is toxic masculinity. Men are bad. And now, because the fuckwad who made the Adolescence series decided to take it to the government, they're treating it like propaganda. So all the little white boys in the UK, not the little boys of color, what a fucking, can't wait till that goes away. The white boys are all gonna, you were born bad, you're inherently bad, you are an oppressor, you're an incel, you ruin everything. And where are some of the highest suicides rates? Now, let's not talk percentages because we all know that's trans people, but men. And that starts now in school. They're going to teach you that in fucking school, and they're going to teach you that in Doctor Who. The good news, nobody's going to fucking watch it. The bad news, even my beloved Jeremy Clarkson was pushing this show, fucking Adolescence, and it's the PBS crowd. And I love Jeremy Clarkson. He's a rich man. So it reminds me a lot of some of Melissa's clients, some of my friends in Northern California, and then some of the top, so I didn't know, who just hear a 15-minute expose on NPR and they just feel they need to change the world because they're fully informed from NPR, the unbiased NPR, and they rush. And that's the kind of person who watches Adolescence and thinks they are fully informed on this issue. And they're functionally retarded. Yes, they have a lot of money. They're functionally retarded, completely disconnected. The class system is much worse in the UK than it is here. But, working class kids, working class white kids, bad. They're going to be the evil. And, they were evil in G20 in a way, because basically you have not many options as Hollywood approved bad guys who can really be evil, which are Nazis, anti-globalist white guys, incels. I mean, it's really safe. So we've gotten, I'm going to go off the top of my head here. I don't know if I'm going to feel free to add in any. Incels have been the bad guy in the Batman. Incels have been the bad guy in She-Hulk. Incels have been the bad guy in The Boys. The Joker was originally considered an incel movie. The first one wasn't, but the second one made it so. Absolutely made it so. Because there's nothing, worse than an incel, and it's a broad term. It's not the involuntary. It's just a way. It's a nicer way to call you a Nazi. That's all it is. And the funny part is, most of the people calling me or anybody else an incel, bro, you're calling married people with kids incels. But go ahead, go right the fuck ahead. Go right the fuck ahead. So, and that was just off the top of my head. There's so many more examples of the incels being the bad guy. What they I believe because they're so fucking retarded, it's unintentional. It's still evil. What they unintentionally do is offend the nerd because they're also saying basement dwellers. So when you're selling something like Doctor Who, which is one of the nerdiest franchises, I mean, on a scale of 0 to 10, it's 10 as far as nerds go. It's 10. Like Star Wars is a 7 as far as like 1 to 10 nerds. Star Wars is a 7. It's a very, as far as the cinematic franchise portion of it, very normie friendly. Avatar is like a 5. Star Trek is a 9.5. Doctor Who is a 10. You got to straight up be a fucking nerd to like Doctor Who. So you're whatever, intentional or not, you're insulting your audience, and that's why they're not watching. Also, the episode was just really bad. It was poorly put together. It was like too bad to make fun of. I mean, Disparu will find a way, and God bless him, go watch his video. But for me, it feels like picking on a retarded kid at this point. It's just like, of course. And it's honestly, it wasn't the worst. I've seen worse. Because their message was like Russell T Davies is mailing the shit in, and he fucking ripped off Disney. Now, at the woke on woke crime that I give no fucks about, but he ripped off Disney because he's mailing his fucking, even with his agenda, and it's so horribly put together. So you hear planet of incels and you think it's an entire planet of incels. No, it is a robot planet that lived with a population picked out by the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Department of the BBC. And they named the planet after Belinda because the star was named after her. So the robot came down, took her up as her queen, and they're going to force her to marry an AI. Turns out, cut to the chase, the AI is the boyfriend that named the star after her that she broke up with because he was too controlling and through timey-wimey. Although she got there from our perspective first, he actually got there first. But he got there first because she ratted him out when she was getting pulled up. And they're like, are you Belinda on this star? You are our queen. She's like, no, my boyfriend did that to me. So they went back in time. So he got there first. He melds with the AI. So AI is an incel. Real subtle. So AI is an incel. It's controlling the robots, which lived in harmony with the humans until the incel showed up. And then they enslaved everybody. Cut to the chase. He's like a cyborg incel. And the only way they can talk is there's something wrong with this program. So every 9th word he doesn't understand. So they speak in every 9th word, blah, 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 blah. That's how the doctor finds her, or the Shooty Gatwa, Nurse What finds her. And she susses out, who it is. When she sees the AI, it opens up and it's a fucking terrible. Like Doctor Who used to like Doctor Who was never looked good, but they were clever. They were really clever, and they did some genuinely good stuff. Like those old Cybermen were fucking creepy. But so she goes, planet of the incels. She says, planet. Oh my God, planet of the incels. She says that. And he's forcing her to marry her. The doctor offers up himself and says he'll be so much better. But the guy was like, I'm not gay. He didn't say that, but that's what he meant. And she defeats him because she has the certificate for the star, and he has it because they came from 2 points in time, and you can't have 2 things from 2 different timelines in one space, or kaboom. So she goes up and they touch the pieces of paper. The doctor absorbs the explosion and pulls away Belinda, who's been an insufferable cunt throughout the entire fucking episode. Just total cunt to the doctor. And now you're like, well, it's Shooty Gatwa. Okay, good point. But she's still unlikable. So they're both unlikable. It's great. And he gets de-aged to a sperm in an egg. They had to point out the in an egg because feminine around the masculinity, still cradling it. And then a little scrubber robot scrubs him away and kills him. And the doctor goes, so much for that guy. What the fuck? That was the most shocking thing. This is the doctor who does find sympathy, who doesn't like death and isn't super happy when people die. And he just goes, whoopsie doopsie, fuck that guy. And that's what, like, it's fucking dead. Russell T. Davies, you know, this is so sad because I gave him credit. I gave him credit back in the day because he was, you know, the word gay icon. They love to say that, but he was a gay icon. He was an icon. He's a guy who rose up, went through all the shit when it wasn't easy to be gay, rose up, became a head writer, brought back Doctor Who, was beloved by everybody. And back in the day, he bring up gay stuff, but it wasn't like he wasn't sledgehammering people over the head with it when he was in charge. Nothing that I necessarily had a problem with, for sure. And it's like, you rose above it, dude. You rose above it. I have respect for that. No, he's been a bitter fuck the whole time, and he couldn't wait to get back at the fans for nothing they did to him. I think he's picking up for his boy Chibnall, and he saw the criticism of the series that he still feels ownership, and he's you know what? I'm going to stick it to you motherfuckers. Well, look what you did. You know what you did? That legacy that you rose up through the struggle of being a gay man in the, well, for him, probably 70s and 80s, because he's a little older than me, maybe 60s. You rose up from that struggle and you learned nothing. You learned nothing. You could really taught and inspired a lot of people, not just gay people with your story. And you turned out to just be another bitter fuck. And that makes you no different than anybody else, bro. You really could have been inspirational, but you decided to be bitter and vindictive. Okay, you fucked up your own legacy. Really? At the end of the day, as they say in 5 times an hour on fucking ESPN, it's no skin off my back. It's very sad that my favorite show ended, but man, we got a lot of fucking seasons. It lasted so much longer. Longest running sci-fi show in the history of time. It's over. It's over. And your legacy is shit. Classic Doctor Who remains untouched. It's very sad how it ended, but at least it ended good. You know, neo-classic Doctor Who, we got 7.5 good seasons. I won't even say 7.5. We got 7 seasons and 3 good episodes. And now we're on season 15. So half of it's been shit. Half of it's been utter dog shit. So your legacy is tarnished forever. That was your choice. Life is full of fucking choices, Russell. Hope you're fucking happy. You're going to fuck off and do another show about gay people. Wow, that's a big shocker. And I wish you all the success in the world. I saw people liking this episode. I'm like, guys, give it up. Give it up. It was fucking terrible. Like, take away the Planet of the Incels. It looked like Spy Kids. And like, I guess the only nice thing I could say was the inside of the TARDIS wasn't trans colors. And I kind of like some of that, but that was it. That was it. The rest of the effects look like hastily put together AI. The thing you're calling out that I promise you, when Doctor Who comes back, and it will, they'll be using fucking AI. We are just a few, maybe even a couple short years away of AI taking over everything, and there's nothing you can do. Doug TenNapel, creator of Earthworm Jim, VeggieTales, so much stuff. Did a great video yesterday talking about AI from his perspective. And Doug TenNapel is a legit artist. So he starts out by giving a little bit of his background and his pedigree, which is very impressive. And then he goes into like, well, it doesn't matter if I like AI or not. It's coming. It's a tool. And if you use Photoshop and you're complaining about AI, well, you should. And he may change your perspective on AI. I'm come from his perspective. It's like, I neither root for it or root against it. I'm going to see what happens as far as arts go, but it ain't going away. It's going to be a tool, and you will still need talent to prompt it. You will still need talent to prompt it. But we won't go down that road yet. But definitely, it's on his Twitter, and I think it's on his channel. But it's definitely on his Twitter. I highly recommend you watch it. It's about 45 minutes long, but it's really, really interesting. Really interesting. Really. But Doctor Who is dead. It's been dead. It was dead at the specials, and I have no desire to review it, break it down, watch that again, finish this season, whatever. So my last Doctor Who video will be when it's canceled. Now, will we get they'll have to make some kind of official announcement. They can't just like not say anything at this point. They're going to be forced into saying something. So but when Russell T Davies came out and said it's going to be paused, so it's going to get canceled, and Disney's going to wash their hands of it. It's gotten so bad that Disney doesn't want it. How fucking bad is that? How bad is that? Yes, rest in peace, human creativity. I agree. So that's my Doctor Who review. That's all you get out of me. I'll talk about it on Real BBC too with Az. I'm interested to see. Well, Az is going to watch it, but I think he should, just so we can talk about it on Real BBC. He's not going to listen to me though. He's going to ignore me. Oh my God, Brock has gifted 50 Nerdrotic Live memberships. Thank you, Brock. Damn. Thank you, Brock. Yes, Cash Kester, Vegas Smoking Man, meme legend, Cash Kester, fucking Vegas week, baby. Cash has been, Cash, have you been to almost every meetup? I'm going to say almost every meetup. I can't say every meetup, but I'm pretty sure almost every meetup since the first one. By the way, 5th year in Vegas. 5th year. This is the 5th annual F&T meetup. It's sold out, but if you get there last minute, I mean, you can try the waiting list. I don't handle that, but we make every effort to get stragglers in. I mean, we can't let we keep these things. Well, so it's a great problem to have, but it's still a problem nonetheless. It's really tough to get like intermediate, like, okay, let's get a place that can hold like 400 and 500 people. When we get past 400 people, like it gets impossible to meet everybody and shake everybody's hand, which is an absolute imperative at these meetups. So that's why we're just going to do more meetups around the country and in some places international, because this is never, it was never meant to be wow, look how popular we are bullshit. Or like at first, I usually don't live stream them, and we do. It's there. It's hello. I mean, honestly, I'll be real with you guys. Sitting at home, listening to a bunch of people like go like, "What's up? How's it going?" That's not the best thing to listen to in the world. I remember when Jim Rome did his first meetup. If you remember the Jim Rome show, he did it in Green Bay, and it was the worst show he ever did because it was echoey, and I'm sitting in the car, and it's like I just would rather have a regular show. So what this is for you guys. We try to throw a party for you guys, and that's what it is. It is a party for you guys, thanking you. That's it. That's all it's supposed to be. It's all it'll ever be. When it gets to numbers that are high, it's awesome to see. I mean, it's fucking brilliant to see. But I want to be able to meet everybody. I want it to be realistic. So that's why. I mean, I think the compromise there is we'll just do more in other places. We'll do more in other places. I'm going to be doing probably a local one when the book comes out because the book isn't out yet. So we're waiting for the printing. I'm not going to do pre-order like Ripus until I have book in hand. But it's Vegas week. The world is burning. Let's masturbate. Thank you, Noons. Is this the latest Nerdrotic ever? I mean, I've done some in the middle of the night. I'm on West Coast time, so it's only 9 o'clock or 10 minutes to 10 for me. Probably really fucking late for some of y'all, though. Some of y'all got him going fucking native. Thank you, Greedy Graffiti. Dark Schwartz Rising for $19.99. FNT can be either on Friday or at night. Never both. Hell, that's true. Jeff Up North has gifted 5 Nerdrotic Live membership. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Cody Brooks for 20. Said, I died last night in my sleep, according to my monitors. I had incredible dreams and images of life. But when I came back, I realized part of my death reel was a photo of Gary. You became part of my life. Unknown. Congrats. Wow. What's up with that? Maybe we're just all one. Maybe the Akashic record is just the mainframe that we're all part of. The spiritual mainframe of the universe created by the great architect. Maybe we're all individual aspects of one consciousness, and we go back home after we die, and then they pop us back in some other place, some other world, or maybe just right back in this shell again to do it all over again. But maybe a little differently. Who knows? Poppin' Fresh J, hail. Been a member for 3 months. Hail to you. As a longtime comics fan, what was more shocking moment to you as a reader, the death of Superman or the death of Gwen Stacy? We were debating this at work today. Well, I mean, I didn't read the death of Gwen Stacy. I was too young when that happened. So I knew about it already. So it wasn't, I mean, it was shocking. Honestly, a shocking death for me. The first shocking death was Elektra. But Superman here, like I was in prison when Superman got killed off. I was in prison and I remember seeing it going, no way. Now I knew as a comic book fans, like they're going to bring him back. But man, that was crazy. That hit the news. It hit the local news up in Sac. I watched Sacramento local news in prison because I was close to Sacramento. You're going to be at the Millennium Fandom Bar in Vegas this week. The Flying Elvis for $10. We are not. What happened with the Millennium Fandom Bar was we wanted to, and I'm friends with the owner, but he had that extra side space that he would rent out to us. He had to sublease that because times were tough. So that really restricted our space, and we couldn't do it. I'll, of course, say hi to him. I'll run by and say hi to him. But yeah, we're at the other place. I can't think of the name of right now. One of the mods might know it if they're here. SC615 for $5. Thoughts on how terrible Daredevil is. EFAP covered it today, and the review made me realize how truly not fun the show is to watch. It's pretty bad. It's pointless. It went nowhere. I was waiting for it to go somewhere. I was like, okay, maybe they'll get off these older episodes and we'll probably maybe something will happen towards the end that'll be satisfying. Nope, there's no hope of that. I don't care what happens in the fucking last episode. I don't. Mando Unchained for $10. You're toxic at night, and I'm tipsy at the bar. Respect. Gonna miss y'all in Vegas, but AC/DC is in Dallas this weekend, and they're old. I want to see them. See y'all in Dallas this summer. Maybe. I think you'll see me. I don't think you'll see, and maybe I think Eric will be there. But I don't think the rest of the gang is going to make it. It's easier for me because I can just drive up there in a day. But that's Fan Expo, yeah. ND Boats for $5. First time super chat. Ooh, whoa, there you go. Never get to catch these live. Thanks for everything. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Blind Tardo for $5. Blind Tardo reads me the newspaper. Wrong, but it's still probably better than I read. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. Sleep all night and work all day. I chop down trees, I skip bin junk. I go to the laboratory. Greedy Graffiti for $4.99. NPR is just one letter away from NPC. You're right. And that NPR CEO did herself no favors by being like, was that not like the personification of woke white woman? Her fucking sneery face and her very expensively bleached blonde hair. George Andry for $5 Australian. Have you discussed the new Lion from The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe will be voiced by Meryl Streep? Is this true? We have discussed it on Friday Night Tights, and it's looking like it's true. Yes, it is looking like it's true. How you can make Aslan, who is clearly a male lion, I mean, did the mane give it away? Who's also Jesus Christ? Of course, like it's so like if God is going to be anything made by Hollywood, it will be voiced by a fucking woman because they think that's so edgy. But you know, that's the kind of thing 75-year-old bankers think is edgy and disconnected dipshits. Way to kill your thing in the crib. Not that it was going to be any good anyway. Greta Gerwig is a one-hit wonder. With proof of that being she wrote fucking Snow White. Enoch Maman reviews and rants for $5. A fat crackhead yelled at me because she wanted to exchange her cigarillos for a new pair, and I wouldn't let her. Now I don't need to see G20. No, you don't, but you can watch my review, which will be out tomorrow. We added a little bit. Garrett did a fucking great job on that. And that was a joy, a genuine joy to review. I haven't had that much fun reviewing. Well, I had a lot of fun reviewing Snow White. I have a lot of fun recording these reviews, but this one was fun. It was fun. And it came really easy. It was just like some you got to think about for a little while. This one's just like boom, boom, boom. I even wrote a little intro. Like there's an intro with clips, but then I wrote a little intro. Please tell me what you think. Tell me if it sucked or anything, because that is the very first thing I've ever written to read for a video, a script. So the first couple of minutes is me reading a script that I wrote. Everything else is bullet points off the cuff riffing. I just make it up as I go. So tell me if you think it sucks, tell me it sucks. It's all good. I need real feedback on it. Enoch Maman reviews and rants. I read that one. If I got a little, you guys, I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but my Invisalign is in, and it feels like it makes me lisp a little bit, or maybe it's just the gayness. Iton 25 for $20. Gary for the win. What did I win? Hey, no, you know what? I did win. I won so much by you guys supporting this channel. It's been life has been great. It was completely unexpected. This thing happening later in life. I'm grateful it happened later in life. I'd have fucked this up 7 ways from Sunday. And 6, or is it 6 ways? I would have fucked it up 69 ways from Sunday as a 30-year-old. Even as a sober 30-year-old, I would have fucked this up. So I mean, there's still time to fuck it up. But it's all gravy, baby. Thank you. I got to meet you guys. That's the win. That's the fucking win. What is that? Is that my air conditioning? Yeah. It's like, what's that deep bass noise? Oh. Dark Schwartz Rising for $9.99 late night stream. Love it. I'm a bit of a night owl myself. Ever watch Dave Attell's Insomniac on Comedy Central back in the day? I did a lot. I watched Comedy Central when it was good, nonstop. Remember when it was just stand-up comedy forever? stand-up comedy had a really good run in the early 2000s. So I had satellite radio, so it was like 101. No, that's Howard Stern. Whatever the comedy channel was, I just listened to that all the fucking time and watch Comedy Central. Oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah. I want to do a night show, like a regular night show, but that would have to be down the road when I'm probably not making as many videos. I definitely want to add another Forbidden Frontier, like it, because like it's supposed to be late at night, like that's the whole point. But we can't because Adam's in Sweden. So I can add another one that's in the works, and then I could do these once in a while. But we have to wait for the Rumble deal to come to its end, which will be in June. Mid-June. Headline: Scientists discover sexless lesbians have hidden healing properties. Begin femcell research. David Hand for $5, $50. Aren't sexless lesbians just asexual? Just like sexless straight people? That would just be a volcel. Involuntary cell and voluntary celibate. A volcel and an incel. I am a knee girl fig hat. I am a knee girl fig hat. I don't know what that means. Thank you, though, for $2. Russell T. Davies, a fraud. AI is the automated incel. Now I understand. Magnum Norris, yes. It's that bad. And the most disgusting part of it was the doctor watching somebody that he probably could have, even as a sperm, could have saved, and just, oh, he's dead now. Haha. Nice casting couch, Gary. Did QBG leave stains? Well, I don't audition and tell. I'm finished watch House of David. I recommend it. Oh, okay, I will check it out. I got to watch the second episode of Mobland. Sula Felix for $5 Australian. AJ mentioned in the Y-Files backstage 24/7 live stream chat that he is chatting up with you. Hopefully it goes well. You're popular over there. Oh, I am. Oh, that's nice. So that 24-hour stream that's going on, Sula, I am listening to that every night. So I don't participate in the chat because I want like AJ's people to have fun. And there's like a regular group in there, and it's super friendly and nice. It's like a nice place, and I don't want to fuck with that. But I watch it every night, every single night. It's for the last 2 weeks straight since he started that. It's such a great idea. I'm going to steal it a little bit, maybe, if we can figure out how to do it just for a temporary time, because we are coming up on, I've already talked to Garrett about this. I don't know if we can do it, but we'll try. We're coming up on FNT 365. We're still like 20 weeks away, so it's later this year. That's 1 year of Fridays. And I'm like, hey, let's string together all the FNTs that we can find, minus the Gavin McGinnis episode and a couple of others that are just gone. And just stream them 24/7 on this channel in order. So we'll see if we can pull it off. That'd be kind of fun, right? Or people would unsub from the channel. I'm not really sure, but we'll find out. Taker 610 for $5. Gary, how many Switch 2s are you giving away in Vegas? Gary, the fuckus is Switch 2. Yeah, zero. 0, unfortunately, because I don't have any. All right. Oh, that reminded me of something. I can't say that. And no, I'm not giving away Switch 2. What great story collections of Daredevil to buy? There's an embarrassment of riches. I would start with Frank Miller and then go past that. And you can go to Bendis's run. You could do Brubaker's run. Charles Soule, the one that they just fucked up completely. Mayor Kingpin is probably the last good run that I liked. You can read the real, that's from Frank Miller, Mazzucchelli, the real Born Again, Man Without Fear, Guardian Devil with Kevin Smith. That's a good one too. Actually, Kevin Smith did something good. Thinking he had a lot of help, but lots of good collections. I read that one. Doghouse Video. I fell into a large bucket of mustard and it won't come off my skin. Don't mess around with mustard. It ain't playing. I love mustard though. I love it in brats. Hypnotic. Cheers, brother. Sorry you can't make it. Hope to meet you someday. Keep killing it, brother. Thank you for the $10. Go subscribe to Hypnotic. Great live streams, great videos. Great insight. Cat G3000 for $5. Waving hi to you from just up north in LA, 9:50 Pacific time. The best. I do miss the Pacific time zone, Cat. What's up in LA? I'm not far, 100 miles away. A little under, maybe 90, depending on where you are. I'm in San Marcos. Lovely San Marcos. Who is gay, Douglas Murray or Dave Smith? Why are they gay? I watched the debate. I like Dave Smith. I know Jeremy doesn't, but I like Dave Smith. He's a smart guy. He's actually pretty funny too. He's a comedian. Douglas Murray. I mean, I like some of his takes, but the pro-Ukraine stuff is like, somebody's honking the hell out of their horn. I'm not pro or anti-Ukraine. I'm very America first and anti-war. Not really big on the war thing. I don't like us going over to Yemen and bombing people. I just don't. That's not what I voted for. So I am very anti-war and very anti being in another country's business. You guys in other countries, there's a reason you're other countries. You're not states. You don't really like it when you're called states, even by a joke. So act like a fucking country. That's what I say. And not you, the citizens, your government. Your government needs to act like a fucking country. Get off the teat and fucking take care of your people. Free trade does not mean we are your police and we should, I completely guess I'm all for free trade, but I don't know about free fucking enforcement on your lives, which I doubt very many of you like. Americans interfering in your fucking lives in your country. We got enough problems here. Can't really take care of the world when we can't take care of ourselves. Jeff up north. Hope everyone has a great time in Vegas. Would love to be there, but cannot make it. I'm sorry, Jeff. Let out a big hail and enjoy yourselves. Cheers. We will have fun. I'll be there tomorrow. We're doing Forbidden Frontier from by the way, go subscribe to Salty Nerd Podcast. They do a show every Saturday. They do more than that, but Odin's on the show every Saturday morning, and Matthew. They're all fucking cool people, and they're letting us have access to their studio. So cheers, gentlemen and lady. And yeah, we're doing Forbidden Frontier tomorrow, and I do believe I have confirmation. Let me double check that we will have an in-studio guest, and that in-studio guest will be Mike Barra from Ancient Aliens. Will be making his return. Mike Barra. It's gonna be a fun show. We're gonna go over JFK stuff again because he's got like he had a whole presentation at a con, and he called me after our show last week. He's like, "Oh, dude, you talked about JFK. I just did a whole presentation at a con." I'm like, "Well, come and do it again for us." So that should be fun. Wolvie of the Wolvie of the Quarter Jew has gifted 50 Nerdrotic Live memberships. Hail. Oh, by the way, if people are wondering, my first thought was to do the square up tonight, but I'm like, I announced it for Monday to everybody on F, and some people might be pissed that like I went ahead and did it tonight. So we're still doing it Monday, right here and on Rumble. So we're still doing it Monday, but I was like, oh, I'll just do it tonight. I'm like, oh, but I told everybody I'd do it Monday, and they might not be up. Thank you, Wolvie, the Quarter Jew. Snacks for $5. Meta PC came in. Caution: don't use code 199. They put a pic of Jeremy and the word gay on the case. You have been warned. There you go. So use code Ryan Kinnell or RK Outpost or Nerdrotic. Decky 69 for see, you could hear it there. I said 69. I have to really enunciate it because the way these things are, it messes with there's like anchors on the teeth for the Invisalign that they have to put on. They're like nubs. If you know the megalithic stones, they have little nubs. That's what they put on your teeth that kind of hold in the Invisalign. Well, they put so they won't be on the front part of your two teeth that everybody sees. They put them on the back, and that's right where your tongue hits. So it's like the moon is an arc. JFK's driver did it. UFOs are ancient pre-flood humans. The Earth has expanded. BSG and B5 gives me a chubby. They both give me a chubby. The expanding Earth theory is something Neil Adams pushed. Neil Adams, the great comic book artist, was actually on Art Bell discussing it, and I talked to him for about 45 minutes to an hour on the floor of the Comic-Con where nobody was bugging him. Neil Adams. So I went up to Neil. I'm like, hey, love you as a comic book artist, but I really want to talk to you about the expanding Earth. And he just lit up, and we just talked about it for 45 minutes to an hour. It was great. Super nice guy. Fucking legend. May he rest in peace. May he rest in peace. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Hail to you. Thanks for being a member for 4 months. Ever tried the Star Trek 25th anniversary PC game from back in the 90s? Has full voice acting from Star Trek, the original series cast. You should react to it sometime. I probably tried it. I'd try it again for sure. Like, where can you how do you play it though? Like, what would you play it on? Is there a way to do it out there? I wouldn't know. Thank you, Balmung32 for the $5. Thumbs up. 1981 for $4.99. $4.99. Incels are just what nerds were before the popular kids infiltrated. The normies infiltrated. Exactly. Now they are just rotting everything from the inside. Yeah, the fucking jocks ruin everything. Okay, they do. CD Stein 69 for $9.99. Gary, so when we getting the first Midwest meetup? You already had okay. What is considered the Midwest? What states? I'm gonna look it up. What is considered the Midwest? Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, Ohio, South Dakota, and Wisconsin. So we've done one, but I'll do another one. So Wisconsin is officially the Midwest. I don't know how that you get west. I mean, mid. They're just fucking north. But the Midwest, we have done one. So where are you? Okay, so GalaxyCon will be in St. Louis in October. Maybe we a good time to do one then. I'd give you an excuse to finally do the the Chaka Mounds for Forbidden. Oh, that's enough to get me there. That's enough to get me there. I want to see those. It's possible. It's definitely possible. I really like I'm not too impressed with American cities, so don't get me wrong. I'm not I want to go to St. Louis. No, I don't. But like Springfield and stuff, that part's beautiful, dude. Driving on Route 66 through there. Hairless Wookie for $100. You naked Wookie. Thank you. Thanks for not listening to those who say forget COVID. You kept me sane after losing my wife in 24 at the age of 49. She had health problems, but was getting better until her work told her that she had to get the vax or fire her and lose retirement. That she was a fuck them. Never forgive. Never forget. Never forget COVID. Never forget COVID. Never forget COVID. If some fuck out there says that and they're probably anti-Trump, just go get over Trump. He's president. He'll be gone in 3 years. Get over it. Get over it. Just get over it. Stop talking about it. Get over the Holocaust. Get over slavery. 250 fucking years ago. Get over it. It's like, fuck off. It is still in our recent memory, and we still don't know the full repercussions of the government response. Remember, it's not COVID. It's the government response to COVID. It was the government. And now they're like, well, we didn't know. We didn't. They fucking knew. And now we know they knew. We know they knew where it came from. We know they knew it was manufactured. We know they knew Fauci was full of shit. The bosses of all mainstream media, Pfizer, was in control, and they really wanted to make a lot of money. And guess what? There was a huge transfer of wealth. But it was just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence. No, they fucked us again. And what's the again? 2008. They fucked us all. They're like, well, if we can do that, let's engineer a virus. We can really get rich. And we can restart a war and really fucking get rich. And now we have an administration that's going to try to chip away at some of that corruption. They're not going to completely get it done. It's going to take a generation. And it's probably not going to hold because, quite frankly, Hairless Wookie, and I'm really sorry for your wife. And I said this during COVID, and I fucking meant it. And listen, I like people. I try to think the best of people for the most of the time. I really don't like fault citizens. Everybody's an American, whether we agree or not, for the most part. But we are governed and ruled by cowards, by ballless, sackless cowards who cower into the fucking fetal position when their life gets the slightest bit uncomfortable. And these are the people who want to tear the system down. These will be the first people to fold when their beloved communist utopia comes in and the system is torn down. We are governed by cowards. We are governed by fear. The fear porn that was pushed by the media worked on a hell of a lot of people because they chose to work and they chose not to question because they didn't want to be wrong. They were so afraid to be wrong, they were willing to sell out our fucking country. Now, I'm glad people have woken up to this. A lot of people have apologized for it. And a lot of people were getting, listen, this is not for the people who got the jab and said, well, I got the jab, but I don't care if you got it or not. We're good. We're cool. That was your choice to get it. That's fine. And I was always like that. It's like, I don't care if you get it or not. Stop fucking with the people questioning authority because you're going to fucking need them. And guess what? If it wasn't for the people who fucking stood up and said no, we'd be really fucked. But it should have been more because we're governed and ruled by cowards. We're held back by the cowards. And I'm not saying everybody's got to be balls out to go to the wall, fucking fuck the government all the time. No, it's just like, just use your fucking critical thinking once in a while. And there's no excuse anymore. There's no excuse if the people who believe the mainstream media are the ones who choose to, and they all know it's a fucking lie. And I said it then, and I'm saying it now. We were held back by the cowards, and the politicians knew that there'd be cowards. The politicians were cowards too, but there's also some really fucking evil ones who manipulated the shit and used that to their advantage. We're not fighting dummies here. And we are fighting authoritarianism. They're coming to take our property. They're coming to take, they want our kids. They want to break up the family. They want us to feed us bugs. This isn't hyperbole. This is shit they are planning to do. Now, it's a long game. It's not going to happen tomorrow. But it might happen in some of y'all's lifetime. And if we don't fight it now, it won't be stopped. Because you know what? It's take an inch and then take a mile. But they're patient. They're incremental. They'll even take an L once in a while to take a W later. So this isn't like Trump won, everything's going to get fixed by Daddy Trump shit. It's like, don't fucking think that. Midterm elections. You need to show up for midterm elections, or this is over in a couple of years. And that goes for me too. No, never fucking forget COVID. Every time you go to that fucking ballot box and vote, never forget COVID. And the summer of love. Don't forget that either. Got my first hot toy, Val Kilmer Batman. That's, you know what? I want a hot toy of Val Kilmer in the earlier suit. I'm fine with the sonar suit, but I want the yellow bat. I want Val Kilmer and the yellow bat symbol. I want them to make one of those. Hopefully they will. But that's awesome. I've got one too. Congratulations, Douglas Shepard. Decky69 for $2. I was born in 69. Used Gen Xers. Are the shiz. Yeah, we're all right. Some of us are a bunch of weak fucks too, but we grew up in a great time. We grew up pre-internet. So we have perspective. I think that helps a lot. We can't tell if Invisalign is in it's invisible. Oh, it's there. You can kind of tell, can't you? It's on. Noons, oh my God, Noons has gifted 50 Nerdrotic Live memberships. My lady, thank you. I'm going to peck away at that Peru video that will go to members first. It's going to be probably like a half an hour long, but it's going to take me a year to make because I have to peck away at it. And it's the first like documentary thing I've made since fucking Hollywood days. So since I worked in Hollywood, yes, I worked in Hollywood for a very short time. For Technicolor, contracting with Disney. Yes, I contracted at Disney. I bet you know that big building with the you see the dwarves. That's so funny. Is like they wanted to get rid of the dwarves, and you walk into the Disney studio on Burbank, and you know what you walk between on the way to the fucking main building? The fucking 7 dwarves, giant statues of the 7 dwarves. But yeah, I've been inside the building. I've been inside the studio. I did contract work for Sony, for Warner Brothers, but mainly work for Technicolor. But yes, I did contract work for Disney back in the day. But this was, God, was it pre-Iger? When did Iger take over? I can't remember. But it was 2010. So I can't remember if that's pre-Iger or not. You're doing your own version of Art Bell would rule. That's the goal with Forbidden Frontier. That's the goal. I mean, like, if we could get it really going to 5 nights a week, that'd be great. That'd be heaven. Horror Amarada. I can really not say her name now with my Invisalign. For $5 says, Mama Amarada is so looking forward to getting to meet you next week. I can't wait to meet her. I get to meet Mama Amarada when you get married, and I'm going to be the one officiating. Are you sure? You sure about that? You sure? You got time to back out. It's going to be a disaster. You hear me read super chats. Nega Gary from the League of Evil Garys for $5 says, well. If it isn't the inferior Gary, go back to sleep and sleep forever. The league will defeat you and your chat minions. Good luck. They'll fuck you up. They will fuck you up. Mechanical Racer for $9.99. Good morning, Gary. Do you have any hope for Tron Ares after the trailer released? Well, it's Disney, so I'm just my baseline is to not have any hope. Hope for the best, expect the worst, but I really did like the trailer, watched it multiple times. I am a big fan of Tron Legacy. I'm a bigger fan of Tron. Freaking loved that movie when it came out, dude. I have my little Tron action figures. I freaking love Tron. So I hope it's good. I wonder if Tron's going to be in it, though. Mr. Blue Sky for $4.99. Again, great song by ELO. Nerdrotic is toxic. Hail. Well, this is a nice surprise since there is nothing good that is new to watch. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, Gary and chat. Cheers. Yeah. Mobland's good. Go check out Mobland. Go check out Mobland. It's not as good as the Gentleman, but it's entertaining and it's got like the best cast on TV. Patty Constantine, Pierce Brosnan, Tom Hardy, Helen Mirren. It's got a hell of a cast. That I can't remember. I think I can't tell the difference between Irish and Scottish. The guy with the fucking scar, like the big scar, and he was in he's been in fucking everything, especially in the early 2000s. He's in it too. He's good. Alabama, come hang with us. Says rejected Alabamans slogans. I drive through there all the time, especially I'm going to be driving through Alabama to go to Cosmic Summit. Cosmic Summit. Alabama's nice to drive through. Catching LOL. I'm one of the regulars on 24/7. Are you? Are you? That's awesome. I'll say hi to you then. I'll say hi. I'll be listening tonight when I'm done with this. Okay. Like within a half an hour of this ending, I will be listening. I'll be in that chat while I'm packing up this room to get ready to go. Cannibal the Dragon. Thanks, by the way, Scylla. Cannibal the Dragon for $2. When do you think we will get a trailer for Dunkin' Egg? A proper one? I think by Comic-Con, by June or July. Because it looks like it's coming. Remember, it was supposed to originally come out in spring, but they pushed it to fall. They pushed it to fall, and it's only 6 episodes, but it's the first novella, The Hedge Knight. But yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it. But my guess will be Cannibal the Dragon is Comic-Con. So that's July. FL for $5. Hey, remember in the mid 2000s when the media was talking up entertainment as the next great American industry? Yeah. Well, it was until it wasn't. Rex Kramer for $10. Any ideas on how to do a modern day call in Forbidden Frontier? Yeah. We could set up. I have my little soundboard is set up for. Oops, I just hit the wrong button. I shouldn't have hit that. It's set up for calls, so my soundboard can take phone calls. All I have to do is hook it up to. Well, I have another phone, so I can't hook it up to my phone, obviously. But I'll get a phone to hook up to it specifically for Forbidden Frontier. We'll set up a toll-free number if you can still do that. And yeah, we'll do it like old school. I mean, we could do call-ins like via stream, but or we could do call-ins via fucking Zoom or something. I don't know. We'll figure out a way. We keep it audio, but we'll figure out a way. But there are many options on the table for that are quite doable. Oops. There we go. Java Bean Studios for $5 Australian. Gary, good to see you on Australian time. I haven't stopped watching, just not on the same time zone. Come on and see us over on Who's Views. Well, Java Bean, who does the fucking best Fourth Doctor impression ever. Go check him out. Yeah, we'd have to coordinate times, but we'd have to talk about that last episode because I ain't fucking jumping in anymore. I care less. I will jump in when it gets canceled, when it officially gets canceled, when that official word comes, and I think it'll come shortly after the second season airs. Henry back to play for $4.99. Burrito. I had one yesterday, not today. I had a salad today. Fucking gay ass salad. A gay ass salad. A gay ass salad. Hang on a second. A gay ass salad. Taker 610. What's up, Taker 610? You've been around for a long time. For $5 says, I came across your channel in 2018. I think while I watched you and Doomcock talk about The Expanse. We did. Like so many, it started off good, but ended less than. Yeah. Well, they were crippled by the books a little bit because after book, what was it, 6, right? After book 6, they did a 30-year time jump. And what they did is all the characters were elderly, but they had age pills. And then they killed Amos and brought him back to life with like nano fucking somethings or others. Oh, no, with proto-molecule bots, right? So he was kind of a corpse-looking Amos, but it was still Amos. They weren't sure at first, but it's still Amos. And he's the one who outlives them all because he was a reanimated corpse. And then, but Holden was relegated to nothing because they really bit into the whole modernism, modern audience shit. And they started putting up all these fucking SJW characters. Quite frankly, the book 6, book 7, and book 8 fucking sucked. They brought it home in book 9, but they couldn't have done anything with the series. But they really fucked over every viewer by, like, they didn't have a solid ending. You like the whole mystery of the proto molecule gets answered. And they just decided not to answer it. They wanted to, dude, that one season, I think it was the last one, Taker 610. They took Naomi's best scene, which is supposed to be a scene in like a part of an episode, and they strung it out over 3 fucking episodes, which sucked. So they ruined the whole scene, and they really wanted to give Naomi her empowerment moment, and they ended up fucking it over by stretching it out too long. The whole airlock thing, God, that went on for fucking ever. That was worse than Herschel's fucking farm. Hail, Taker 610. Kevin Marvig, Keedma James. Thank you for the $1.99. Thank you. Besni Lala for 250 RSDs. What's an RSD? Hi, Gary. Since we will soon see Silver Surfette, what do you think about the Parable on that? The Silver Surfer Mobius comic book. Well, I like it more than they did in God damn it, I'm blanking on the movie now. I fucking love the movie too, but like a brain fart. Crimson Tide. So you're talking about the Silver Surfer Mobius comic? I fucking loved it. Stan Lee wrote it. Stan Lee wrote it. As far as the female Silver Surfer who made her first appearance in Earth, not Earth X, but it's from the Earth X line of Alex Ross comic books. Yeah, it's gonna fucking, it's stupid. It is top 5 worst decisions Disney Marvel has made. Bringing in female Silver Surfer is already one of them. And if you think about that, I tweeted about it to Gundam today. If you think about that, like all the bad decisions they made so many. No, For people who don't read the comic books, making the Silver Surfer your first shot at it female goes right in the top 5, might be in the top 3 of bad fucking decisions that fucks your movie before it even comes out. I don't care. Like, honestly, Vanessa Kirby talking about fucking gender issues, which, I mean, it's a little bit taken out of the context if you read the full article, but she's talking about gender issues in FF, and Quinn talking about not being a womanizing. Johnny Storm wasn't a fucking womanizer. He was a player. He's a player. Big difference. Big difference. Players like women for the most part. But yeah, so you're going to introduce Shalabal as a Silver Surfer, and people know who the Silver Surfer is, and they go, why does he have teats? And what are you going to do? Introduce him later? Get fucked. Just do it right. Do it right the first time. You didn't. It's such an unnecessary decision that was clearly made for fucking agenda. Period. So yeah, I think I honestly, it's not the comments that are going out there that, like, rightly so, people have, it's a fucking red flag. It is. It's a giant red flag. But like, female Silver Surfer, followed very closely by Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, should be red flag enough. With an inexperienced director, and unfortunately, the Fantastic Four are going to get fucked up again. They're going to get fucked up again. Delroy Lindo's Wretched Dag Nabbits for $5 says, just out of curiosity, are you the Gary that unsubscribe wants to do a Lord of the Rings theater event with? Yes, I am. I would be that Gary. Because one of those knuckleheads hasn't seen it. Yes, I am that Gary. I'm pretty sure Eli brought it up. Yeah, Eli messaged me a couple weeks ago, and I think he said, I can't remember if he said Donut or Brandon. Let me see. Give me a second. Where are you, Eli? I can search him. There we go. Yeah. Did they tell you who hasn't seen? I mean, I don't want to out them if they haven't told you. One of the knuckle, not Eli. Have they told you who hasn't seen it? So I'm going to tell you anyway. They won't care. Holy shit. So Brandon has never watched Lord of the Rings. Do you want to join us when we watch it together? I'm all, absolutely. When were you thinking? And what the fuck? And he's all, we're going to do some stuff. I can't say right now. We said the same thing and shit on him for an hour on the podcast. I said, good. Shame still works. Brandon Herrera. That's why he lost the election. That's what I'm going to tell him. I go, you know why you lost the election? You didn't watch Lord of the Rings. Brandon Herrera is fucking awesome. Good guy. So is Eli. So are all the unsub guys. They do great work with autism charity and stuff. They're fucking brilliant, brilliant, brilliant dudes. And they're homies. Brian McCann's been a member for 25 months. Rewatching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Great series. Best MCU series. 7 seasons. The first 2 are really good. I don't hate it. I own them, most of them. And Joss Whedon was involved. That's why. Shake from Hunger Team. Thank you. What's up, brother? Thank you for the $5. Met you in Vegas. Back at Area 15 in that barcade. Binary Bard for $10. Having only seen a few episodes of The Twilight Zone when I was a kid, after you mentioned it a while back, I started watching it when I ride my stationary bike. It holds up even now, in my humble opinion. No, you're not wrong. If somebody is to ask you or ask me, like, what's the best written show ever? It's The Twilight Zone. And it's not even fucking close. And of all the great, there's lots of great shows out there. They're written: Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, The Sopranos, Deadwood, Buffy, Angel, Star Trek original series, but Star Trek, TNG for the most part, DS9, better written, Babylon 5, Farscape, first season of Counterpart, season 1 of Westworld. There's like some brilliant shit out there. That's just like True Detective season 1, one of the best single series of televisions ever. Twilight Zone leaves them all in the fucking dust. It's not even close. And it holds up today. Jerry Goldsmith music for a lot of them, not everyone, but for a lot of them. Rod Serling, Richard Matheson, like just fucking great writers. All morality tales. Really dealing with some heavy subjects at the time. Great shit. I fucking love, for a lot of reasons, if you ask me what my favorite episode is, I have so many, but one that like connects with me personally is Nervous Man in the $4 Room, which isn't one of the more famous ones for sure, but it's Nervous Man in a $4 Room. And it's a dude talking to himself in the mirror. And basically the reflection's like, I'm going to take over your life because you're such a fuck up. But one of the coolest fucking things about that episode, because they, you know what, they did a lot of great camera work on that. They did really experimental, like fun camera work when the, TV in the 60s was pretty static. So Nervous Man in a $4 Room, for one, has great, like kind of a jazzy soundtrack to it. And Rod Serling does his intro. So you're looking down on the room, and Rod Serling walks up the wall and does his intro. And as you know, when I was seeing that as a kid, I'm like, that was fucking awesome. Yeah, Nervous Man in a $4 Room. So good. Great episode. And I even really liked the 80s Twilight Zone. Like, really liked it. It doesn't like hold a candle to the first one, but like really good episodes. George R. Martin wrote for that. Straczynski, great writers. The very first episode was a Bruce Willis episode called Shatterday. Like Jerry Garcia did the theme song. I wasn't that impressed with that, but yeah, the 80s one's really fucking good. You ever see the TV show Carnival from 20 years ago? Loved it. Wish there was more seasons. It was such a shame it got canceled. Fucking such a good show. Such a good show. Diego Salazar for 3,000 Argentinian pesos. Thank you very much, brother. Yep. You need to make your own coast to coast AM like show late at night. Once you move forward with renaming the channel, and thanks to you, I know about Art Bell. I love listening to his 90s recordings. Every time Giorgio Moroder's Chase comes up, it feels like traveling in time. It does. I'm making a Forbidden Frontier studio, and there will be a picture of Art Bell on the back wall, kind of like AJ has. AJ has a picture of Art Bell behind him too. AJ shows proper respect to the master. You don't hear enough respect. That's why, like, every one of these conferences I go to, I rock my Art Bell shirt everywhere I fucking go. Just to remind everybody, y'all here because of this dude. You're all here to this dude. And, unfortunately, due to demons, his demons got him. He probably had an injury. His son went through a lot of shit. He lost his wife. Got hooked on painkillers and just accidentally overdosed. Very fucking sad. I did a live stream the day he died. Many, many moons ago. I think it's on the main channel. It's buried. That was early days. Thank you very much, Diego Salazar. I miss Art a lot. Balmug 32 for $5. The Star Trek game is on both Steam. Oh, okay. Good. I got a Steam account. And is the sequel Judgment Rights also has full voice acting from the TOS cast. Fuck it, I'm there. I'll buy it. As a matter of fact, I can buy it right after this because I'm on my main PC. Yes, I have a kind of I won't call it shitty because it was really expensive, but like my Meta PC does not travel. That stays at home. That's my beautiful beast made by the great Meta PCs, Code Nerdrotic or Ryan Kinnell. And I take my Dell with me, my Alienware Dell, because it's kind of, knock on wood, been bulletproof. It comes with me because, well, it needs to. There's stuff I just can't do on a laptop. Just not possible. Not possible if I want to make videos from the road. Oh, you can see the cars going behind me. Little ambiance. Bart and Bella for $5. Come to Alabama and I'll give you a great tour of NASA Redstone Warner Von Braun Center. Oh, cool. And Space Camp. Hail to the fellowship. Hail to you. Excuse me. Sorry to DSP you there. Thank you. Senior Brightside for $5. Just got a reminder that Snow White cost the same as 21 Godzilla minus ones. Yes, it did. How many Godzilla minus ones is it going to lose? Let's do some calculation on that. Now, Godzilla minus one did not cost $50 million. It cost $12 million. So let's see here. 300 million, right? That's how much money it's going to lose. Divided by 25. It's going to lose 25 Godzilla minus ones, ladies and gentlemen of both genders. That's fucking hilarious. Granola Grin for $2 says pandemic response equals Stanford prison experiment. Yep. Well said. We actually mentioned, I'm sure if you were around, we mentioned that back in the day, 5 years ago, that we're not going to forget. Dable's distracted for 50. That's probably annoying as hell. Thanks for spending the night with us, sir. You're welcome. You're welcome. Now, please excuse me for my throat's getting dry. I'm going to go over to the fridge and grab another water. One moment. And my headphones are so long that I can not take them off. So hang on. I give you play-by-play. I'm opening the fridge. Grabbing another water. Coming back. Popping it. I'm back. See? Wasn't that bad. That's better. Got to stay hydrated. Pat Maloney for $5 says, all this travel stuff is nice, but how can you not address the awesomeness of Corey Feldman? Corey Feldman's awesome. There. You want me to say it? I'll say it. Feldog. I need to mention that more often. You're right. Thank you for correcting me. Horror Amarata for $5. We are so 100% sure Sheep and I wouldn't want anyone else to do it. It's literally on one of the first things we talked about, even before he proposed. Well, look at that. Look at that. It's an honor. It's an absolute honor. That's going to be crazy. I can't wait. You're live streaming it, right? Got to pay for that wedding. Decky69 for $5. I watched Battle Beyond the Stars. I love that movie. Yesterday. Wow. That was bad. I loved it as a kid, but man, yeah, it's bad, but I love it. It has good ideas, but it was like a TV movie. Come on, but I fucking loved it. I like the charm of it. Jonathan Staten for $9.99 worked in a nursing home during COVID. The 5 Golden Girls I served food to every night died from loneliness because they couldn't see each other or their families. Not COVID. I will never forget. Hell yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm here visiting my mom. I try to visit as much as I can. I couldn't get out I was going to come here after MegaCon, but we had a death in the family. So that's why I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to take all my equipment and put it in the car and go. And I'll just do hotel videos and visit mom before I go to Vegas. And I am so ready to go to Vegas right now. Like coming back to San Diego doesn't it's fine. But, even when I lived in San Francisco, I loved coming back to San Diego because I grew up here. It's my home. It'll always be my home. I know these fucking roads better than anybody. And I haven't properly lived here. I lived here for a year, but for 20 something years. But I was born here, raised in this area. I know it's a lot different. It's a lot bigger. Used to be Encinitas and North County used to be a little more rustic, a little more, a little dirty. They're all super clean. It's too clean. I don't like it. But it used to be kind of country too. It's over constructed, but I used to love coming home and getting carne asada burritos, hanging out with my friends, but most of my friends are gone now. I hung out with there's a couple of friends who still want to talk to me, even after COVID. I hung out with my friend Jay Trussell. He's a fucking great guy. I've known him for years and years and years. But it doesn't have the charm. It just doesn't, I'd come back and I'd go by my old house where I grew up or go by my friend JD's house where we partied and got into all kinds of horrible trouble. And that's in the book. But now it's it's nothing. I hate California. I hate what California's turned into so much. It's the charm of my home is gone. It's just gone. It's kind of a bummer. San Diego's still a really nice city. Super expensive. Ridiculously expensive, but it's a really nice city. When you're outside the downtown part's going to shit. It really is. Which is a damn shame. Lots of fucking homeless people everywhere. It's sad, but I love Vegas. I'll always visit Vegas and love Vegas. Jonathan Staten, P.S. Can't wait for the book. Thanks. It'll be out as soon as possible. No idea how the new Tron movie will be, but hey, Nine Inch Nails soundtrack sounds promising. It does. I think that's a good second choice to Daft Punk, who you can't get back together for some reason. Mr. T for 250 Arab Emirate pesos. Pitted a fool. Long time lurker, first time commenter. Oh, thank you. I'm a big fan of the original Tron, and I think Tron Legacy is really underrated. I agree. Daft Punk killed it. One of the greatest soundtracks ever made. With the soundtrack, best of luck for Nine Inch Nails on Tron Ares. Hail Gary. I think Trent might be able to pull it off. I think so. I like Nine Inch Nails. I do. Carnal for $5. Gary, who is of more importance as a character, Matt Murdock or Scott Summers? Matt Murdock. To their story? Overall? Or to their story? I'll choose Matt. I'm biased. I'm biased. But I love Scott Summers. Scott Summers is... but is he the most important character in the X-Men? As much as I like Scott... I'm not going to say that. I mean, because the real answer is it's Wolverine. Wolverine's still the most important character to the X-Men. Even though he came in later, he is the most important character to the X-Men, period. Scott is one of my favorites because so many people used to shit on Scott, but Scott was the backbone for so long. But Matt Murdock. Because there's a lot of other X-Men. There is, but Daredevil is a really important character. It's still considered a B character, but amongst comic book fans, one of the favorites. Even DC fans like Daredevil. Because the book was consistently good for so long. Jimmy Jimison for $5. Nega Gary, you ain't just messing with minions. That's right, y'all. The hits are here. We got Gary, past Gary, future Gary, Harry, Gary, N-word, Gary, and Mega Gary. somebody put on Twitter, I can't remember what his name. He's like, I'm going to be the whitest black guy there. And I almost responded, well, I'm going to be the blackest white guy there because I've been to prison. The Darkness for $9.99. What the fuck are you doing up this late? It's 10:53. It's not even that late. Oh, well, STP is the best band from the 90s. The Crow is an awesome movie. Good night from, don't forget to put your chick in it and make her gay. I like STP. They have San Diego roots. The Crow is fucking great. The Crow is great. Jeff Up North has gifted 5 Nerdrotic Live memberships. Thank you very much. One Piece lost one of the showrunners. Feels kind of sacred for why is that not popping up? There it goes. Yeah, fucking I'm on hotel internet. You'll forgive me. Yeah, they have been shooting the show. So I don't know if he left halfway through towards the end of production. That I've never gotten clarity on that. But they've been shooting since last year. It one season to go into production. Yeah, I mean, so I'm thinking they finished and he quit. So you still get him for this year, but it's the fucking Netflix season 2 curse, and we all said that even after One Piece season 1, we're like, how can it stand up? And well, we've seen all the other Netflix season 2s. So yeah, production on Netflix's live action One Piece season 2 officially began July 1st, 2024. Filming wrapped February 4th, 2025. The season is set to adapt the storyline from the Logtown arc to the Drum Island arc. So when did he leave? A month ago? A month ago. So they're in post-production. So his part as showrunner and, facilitating the writers was over when he left. Maybe he left right when they finished Principal. Who knows? But he was there for the writing of season 2. So that showrunner was there. And this isn't trying to cope. I'm just trying to let you guys know. So it should be coming out this year. If they wrapped in February, then they can be done by when did it come out last year or last time? August. I think that's possible. I think it's possible. We will see. It's supposed to come out this year, though. I hope it's great. Nerd Frogman for $1.99. What do you think of the Hellboy comics? Some of the greatest comic books ever written. I own every single one. Every single one. I am a giant Hellboy fan. Love the first Guillermo del Toro, first 2 movies. Hate that last one. That Crooked Man one, that was like a sci-fi movie. There was something kind of charming about it. It wasn't great, but there was something kind of charming about it. I'm a giant Hellboy fan. So I think they're fantastic. I think BPRD is fucking fantastic. Mike Mignola is a fucking genius. And he still follows me on Twitter. He's one of the few comic artists who has not stopped following me from the comic shop days. And I own a page. I can't remember what page number it is, but Hellboy Wish. I own a page where there's a wave coming up and Hellboy's on it. Yeah, I own that page. David Harbour is a woke piece of shit. Yeah, read Hellboy. So Hellboy is everything you love. It's supernatural, steampunk before steampunk. There's fucking Nazis in it. There's Cthulhu gods. There's fucking everything. There's fucking everything. Night, James. Sleep tight. I'm so gay for a straight guy. I am. Harbor is a commie. He's a commie. I watched a whole interview about him talking about socialism, but I also talked to somebody in LA who knew him when he was a fucking hopeless drug addict. So I got to give him credit for getting sober. I do have to do that. I do have to do that. But fuck, I got to reread my Hellboy books. God, they're so good, and the continuity is so tight. It's so tight on it. It's like reading, well, it's pulp fantasy. It's pulp fantasy. Try Tron 2.0 is effing fantastic. Artist Mobius and Sid Meier came back for the art design. Boxleitner and Candy Morgan returned for voicing. Tron 2.0. Why does that ring a bell? Why does that ring a bell? That rings a bell. Is it a game? It's a game. Yeah. I was like, it rings a bell, but I remember. Okay. Yeah. Holy shit. When did that come out? 2004. 2004. I might. Oda is involved with the OP series, but I'm still concerned about Netflix getting their influence in. I am too, especially with Oda needing a rest. But I think he took that rest so he could work on the series and not work on other stuff too. But we must preserve Oda. Just because I think, for one, I really love the anonymity part, and I love fucking Japan breaks those poor anime artists and writers, and I don't want him to get broken. He seems like a nice guy. So I don't want to see him get hurt. He really gave a lot of people a lot of enjoyment with One Piece. And, I had people telling me, if you're a Tolkien fan, you got to fucking read One Piece for years. Right. I'm like, I'm not going to touch that anime shit. But they're like, no, the world building is unfucking believable. And yeah, I'm one of those normies who fucking watched the live action one and went, okay, I love this shit. I absolutely love this shit. What moment did you choose sobriety, Gary? It's hard. I Lucifer 1999. That's a good way to put it. What moment did I choose sobriety? Because ultimately it's my choice, but the universe gives you opportunities to make that choice. And a lot of times I didn't. The opportunity came for me to turn my life around and kind of surrender when I fucked everything up. I had a really successful comic store, won Best of the Bay. It went to my head. And even when I was like really fucked up, I never disrespected my customers or anything. And the place was kind of wild and fun. And it was doing really well. But that's when a lot of relapse happens and success. But I guess my moment of clarity came was when I got kicked out by Melissa, and I'm just like, and the sad and very real reality hit me, like, I'm not going to be able to raise my son, my young son, my boys. I'm not going to be able to raise my boys. I'm going to have to visit them on the weekend. I'm like, no, I cannot fail. I cannot fail them. So that's the thing. I mean, it goes way deeper than that because sobriety has to come first. But if you want to talk about one thing that just whoa, was that horrified me, to my soul, was not being able to take part in raising my son every day. It's like, I think I'd rather die, and I can't die because then my son won't have a dad. So I have another option. I can get sober. So that was it. A lot of other factors too, but that's the one that just fucking hammered home. Hurt. I hate even thinking about it now. Good question, though, Lucifer. It is very fucking hard. I'm not going to tell you like, oh, sobriety's totally fucking easy, man. All you got to do is quit. It's just fucking willpower. You have to draw on an inner strength that you might not think you have right now, but you do. You absolutely do. It's just like any other muscle, needs to be worked out a little bit, needs to be brought to the gym. You start with baby fucking steps. Nobody goes to the gym for the first time and runs 7 miles. You don't need to do that. That's why it's the 1 day at a time concept. But for people to go just pull yourself up by the bootstraps and it's about willpower, you're weak. That's just dead wrong. That's dead wrong. There has to be like the understanding as like getting off the shit is just your very first step. See, drugs are the symptom of a greater problem. There's a reason you're doing the drugs, and you need to treat the reason you're doing the drugs, and then you won't want them because drugs make you feel like shit. Alcohol makes you feel like shit. It's poison, but you're trying to numb pain. That's what you're trying to do. So you need to identify the pain and deal with it. As hard as it is, you have to deal with it. And once you start dealing with it a little bit, for a lot of people, life gets better. Sometimes dealing with that pain, man, it makes people go out, but then they go out, but they still have recovery in their head, right? And then they come back. So like what recovery will do once you start getting into sobriety, even if you relapse, which a lot of people do, most people do, to be honest with you, is recovery completely fucks up your high. Just so you know, it fucks up any high once you started getting tangentially connected with recovery. It's going to fuck up all your highs. It could exacerbate it too because you're feeling bad. But the thing is, the one thing that's great about AA and NA is no matter how many times you go out and fuck up, you walk back in that room, people are just happy to see you. There's no judgment at all. Like there's like, oh, look, he's coming back in for the 6th time. They're going to go, no, you're back for the 6th time. Give me a hug. So remember that, but it's definitely hard. But not as hard as your life will be if you keep, I'm not saying you are, but for anybody who like keeps doing drugs, your life has three destinations: jails, institutions, or death. And death is the easy way out. It's the easy way out. The only thing is you fuck over everybody who loves you and your life is over. So you got no fucking worries. None of them are good options. Great option, living. That's a great option. Living provides opportunities. Jails, institutions, and death do not. And you can't even like really get high in jails or institutions. I mean, you can, but it's really difficult. Put your life in danger. So sobriety, just try it. Try it. In Vegas, eat at China Mama. Trust me. Where is it? That sounds good. You think the feds will ever leave Jack Burton alone? No. It was like screaming coming from outside. I'm not even like, I'm in a nice area. Whatever. I'll be like a New Yorker and ignore it. Have you paid your dues? The check is in the mail. Bubba Doom for $5. Art may have saved my life. I was sleepy driving truck across Wyoming. Man, that's a bad place to be sleepy. But the night the guy from Area 51 called and I woke right up. I remember that night, Bubba Doom. I'll never forget that. I was in Escondido. I wasn't far from here. I was about 5 miles that direction in the house that somebody doxed me. I don't know if you guys remember when I got doxed and somebody just looked up one of my old addresses from like 30 years ago and they threw up the house. And I'm like, yeah, I lived there in like 1996. I hope people don't fuck with the poor people who live there. But I was in that house in the backyard, smoking a heater, listening to fucking Art Bell in my little screened off patio. God, that house was a piece of shit. It was filled with mold, and I was sneezing all the time. But yeah, I remember. I'll never forget that episode. I'm glad he saved your life, Bubba Doom. Driving through Wyoming at night cannot be super exciting. Joe Duarte for $5. When is the next Arizona meet and greet? I missed you when you were at the end game in Mesa. That was 3 years ago. I don't know. Joe, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in there, but it's not a meetup, but I'm going to be in Sedona a week from today. But we'll do an Arizona meetup because Melissa, her uncle, I would say the next one she's closest to, like next to her dad. It's her dad's brother, obviously. Lives in Scottsdale. Love Scottsdale, by the way. And we almost moved to Arizona. It's just too close to California. It's too expensive. We got more for our money in Texas, and it's just as fucking hot. But I love Arizona. Arizona is a beautiful state, and I would live there. I would. Speaking of pandemic, I just wanted the first season of Utopia. Kind of interesting. I just watched the first season of Utopia. Kind of interesting. Any thoughts, Gary? People recommended it. I never got around to it. I'll have to Man Bear Pig for $5. It was, God, how long ago did that come out? It's like 4 years ago, right? 5 years ago? 3 years ago? Can't remember. Horror Amarada for $10. Stop it. Horror Amarada. LOL, the chapel has a stream link, but I don't think they take super chats. Still accepting money in our Give, Send, Go if anyone wants to help offset the cost. So the chapel is live streaming it? You're not live streaming, so the chapel handles it. Oh, that makes sense, I guess. Right, you got to give, send. Why don't you set up a Streamlabs? Horror Amarada. I mean, Give Some Goes, same thing. Well, I'll be sure to shout it out. Just shout it out in the middle of the vows. We should do an ad read for Raid Shadow Legends in the middle of your vows. Oh, hang on. I just remembered something from my video. Okay. Yeah. I just remembered a joke from my video. I did make sure I get it right. Yeah. We should do that. We should totally fucking do that. Let's see if God, it's too late. We're too close to it. I would say like we should contact a third party thing and see if we can do a fucking ad read in the middle of it. Get you guys some money. That would be awesome. But before we start this wedding, Raid Shadow Legends. But maybe Coffee Brown Coffee. Get the quartering. Before we start this wedding, I just wanted to talk to you about something really close to my heart. Coffee Brand Coffee, Geek Grind Coffee, Krigler Coffee, Timcast Coffee. Let's see who wants to get their coffee shilled at your wedding. I'm just spitballing here. Matt P for $9.99. Thanks for spending the late evening with us. You're welcome. Thanks for spending it with me. Do you have any thoughts and have any hopes for Paramount making The Last Ronin? And will they do it justice? Look up PB Sushi in Pacific Beach. I don't eat sushi, bro. My wife will, though. I'll remember that for my wife. I don't eat fish. I love Pacific Beach, though. They have great meetings down there. They have great recovery down there. But got into a lot of trouble in Pacific Beach, man. Down in PB on the boardwalk. A lot of trouble down there. Got good trouble, though. Good trouble back in the day. I was around when the roller coaster wasn't working. I don't know if it still is, but the roller coaster sat there derelict for years, Matt. If you're old as me, then you'll remember. I remember when it got started working again, we're all, whoa, the roller coaster's working. PB's coming back. PB's it's a great if you ever visit San Diego, like go to Pacific Beach. It's got a little amusement park. It's if you want the Southern California experience, and it's like it's not like San Diego's Venice Beach because there's no weights there. But I listen, San Diego is the true Southern California, not LA. Sorry, LA. Sorry. You got some good beaches, but Orange County's got better beaches than you do. All right. So if you want the real Southern California experience, you hit Orange County, you hit San Diego. Sorry, not sorry, LA. I think Paramount will do it justice? Whew, Paramount's hit. I'd say you have a better chance with them than you would with Disney, but Paramount's not very good with their IPs. They're good with original stuff like Taylor Sheridan stuff, but they're not good with unless Taylor Sheridan is adapting The Last Ronin. Let's get that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fucking 4K going though. I want to see that in 4K. That's a great movie, man. That is a fucking great movie. I hope they do it right because Last Ronin's a good fucking story. Cody Gray for $4.99. Gary, talked to Mrs. Nerdrotic the other day, and I'll see you in Vegas. Random question. Oh, that's great. For fun, what's your favorite popular and obscure comic book character? Okay. My favorite obscure comic book series that was a limited series is Shaolin Cowboy by Jeff Darrow. Burly Man Comics. The Wachowskis, when they were dudes, started Burly Man Comics. And they did Shaolin Cowboy, which is just fucking, it's hilarious, and the art is amazing. So that's my favorite obscure comic book character. I mean, like I kept saying like Deathlock for Marvel. I think he's, comic book fans, that's not obscure, but like no Normie's heard of Deathlock. Yes, he did appear in Agent of Shields, but that's not, and it was played by the guy who played Gunn. That's not Deathlock though. That's not the real Deathlock. I'd say my favorite just for meme reasons is Snowflame. Cody Gray, a DC character who is cocaine is my god and I am the instrument of his will. Fucking Snowflame is great. Obscure comic book, like more obscure than that. I really like the series by Robert Kirkman. I liked it more than a lot of his shit, to be honest with you. Battle Pope. I like Battle Pope quite a bit. Back in the day. I'd have to go through my collection, but like obscurity, like my shit would have to be really deep cuts. But that would be, I don't know. I think I can come up with better. Yeah, I'm not like he's obscure to most people. Dead Man is cool, but he's not obscure. But to a normal comic fan, he's not going to be obscure. To every normie, he is. Favorite, like completely obscure character. I'd have to, that takes thought. Oh, somebody said Nightmare. Nightman. My buddy Derek Robertson worked on that. That actually got a TV show, a syndicated TV show, Nightman. Love Nightman. Gru's not obscure, Bubba Doom. I mean, I like Cadillac and dinosaurs, but nobody would really consider that obscure, would you? Cadillacs and dinosaurs? No, maybe. NFL Super Pro. That wasn't your favorite. Yeah, Nightman was awesome, right? I love Nightman. Remember X from Dark Horse? It was Dark Horse, right? X. He was just called X. I loved his costume. Mage is awesome. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs was an arcade game. It was also a comic book. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. I haven't seen Kevin Bacon's Bondsman. I heard it's basically Ambush. Like Ambush is, everybody knows Ambush Bug. Who's a comic book fan? Does Justice from the New Universe count? That's pretty obscure. I miss like fucking old Dark Horse because they go back with Eclipse, right, Bubba Doom, and they go back with Pacific Comics. I mean, it's not obscure anymore, but my favorite character who was considered obscure, even though he got a movie, a great movie, but before that, considered obscure, was the Rocketeer. No, is this a new regular show? No. I mean, maybe someday. I was just I'm just chilling right now. Just chilling. Delroy Lindo's Wretched Dagnabbit says, thank you for answering my unsubscribe question earlier. You started showing up in my feed after that Tweedle made The Last Jedi. I'm happy for it. Hail. Unsubscribed are awesome. Cabral, what? Archer. Okay. For R20. I have tattoos of One Piece. The show getting anything wrong is an insult for me because we have the idea that Oda is involved. I fear that if he gives Netflix and we lose what made OP great in the manga, that's a legitimate fear to have. Netflix is not known for their longevity of relationships with creatives. Novus X Payne for $4.99. Watching Jeremy James and Richard version of Top Gears, felt they need to remind myself that BBC could make a good show once upon a time. They could. Those old Top Gears are great. I wish they made them in proper like physical media forms. I'd buy them. I would buy them. I mean, it's just DVDs. Emily Kruger says, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you, Emily. Thank you for the $2. It's still Saturday. Is it still Saturday? It is still Saturday. I have to think about it for a minute. Sydney meetup when? That would require me to go to Australia and get into a little metal tube, Michael, for fucking 17 hours. Maybe. I've always wanted to go there. I ain't setting foot in your fucking ocean, though. But I don't set foot in ours. Balls for teeth for 50. Gary, I rarely get to see you live. Just want to say thanks to you and all of your co-hosts for keeping the graveyard shift tolerable. Oh, I worked the graveyard shift in many a job. When I worked at Upper Deck, and I was the one cutting football cards and baseball cards, right? Carlsbad, California. And when I worked at Technicolor, I used to love the graveyard shifts. Love them, especially when I was doing drugs. Oh my God. You're welcome. And thank you for being here, brother. Joseph Fabre has become a member. Welcome, sir. Show Me Comics for $2. I ordered a signed book from Bob Lazar, autobiography. Oh, hell yeah. And there's a new documentary coming out very soon, and we're going to cover it on Forbidden Frontier. I like Bob. A lot of people call him out. I'm like, I don't see the grift. I don't see it. This book he came out with is the first thing he's done in almost 40 fucking years. He's talked on a lot of other people's documentaries, but he doesn't go and do conferences and shit. He's a brilliant engineer and scientist on his own. He makes tons of money working for the government still, by the way, as a contractor, doing all kinds of shit because he's a brilliant guy. And like, this is his first book. And like, he should have wrote one fucking decades ago. So I find Bob to be credible. And all the discredit comes from government sources. So that's what makes me think he's even more credible. Decky69 for $2. Will you be in Washington soon? DC or state? Maybe Washington. I'd be passing through. Maybe passing through. I'll be in Montana in not too long. Oh my God. Zilly for 4. Okay. Zilla. I'm going to pronounce the X like a Z. I'm in East County. Yeah, San Diego. As a whole, has like 3 times its population and price for the past 20 years. Padres are number 1 in the league right now, though, I believe. Goddamn. I came on right after they won again. Tatis, final out. Looked like it was a home run. Looks like the Rockies were going to fucking come back and in the top of the 9th. Tatis fucking just beautiful catch. Game over. 13 wins. I think they're the first team to 13. But okay. East County. What part of East County? You in like Lakeside, El Cajon, Alpine? Where you at? Like Ways? Are you in Descanso? There's a jail in Descanso. I know because I was there. So, yeah, Padres are doing good, but as you know, they're a streaky team. When they're hot, they're hot. When they're cold, they're fucking cold. Just look at how they played against the fucking Dodgers. But I love my Padres. Hail East County. Gary, will you be in New York City or Boston for a meetup anytime soon? I live in Connecticut. I'd rather do a meetup in Connecticut, to be honest with you. Joe the lawyer, $4.99. I would much rather visit Connecticut than Boston. Okay, New York City off the table. Like, I am not going to set foot in that fucking city for as long as I fucking live. Boston, I'll go to because it's been like I haven't been there since I was a kid, and I want to check out Boston. But fuck New York City. Couldn't pay me to go there. Joe the Uber Geek for 5 British pounds, brother. Doctor Who. Well done, sir, by the way. Pray for me, Gary, as I begin editing my Dr. Gay episode 1 video. Good luck. I like, yeah, I just didn't want to do it. It was like, it would be another day of recording for me and then another day of editing. And like, I actually have another video that I'm at, at this point, Joe, and this is sad. And I doubt anybody's going to care. See, the thing is, it doesn't like when I'm passionate about something, Joe. But I know like Doctor Who videos are not going to do well in the algorithm anymore. They're just not, period, unless it gets canceled. So the thought of it getting canceled, like Drinker and Disbrew did really well. I was waiting for it to get confirmed. I've been through this before, Joe, as you know. I've been through hearing this before. So I refuse, and like they just talked about it being canceled. They didn't say it was canceled, so I'm defending like in their defense. But I've been burned before, Joe. That's what I was saying. I don't know how you have the patience to edit. For one, I don't know what you would edit out of this. I guess, if you broke down the whole episode again and really explain, because what you're explaining to people who didn't watch the show and who are never going to watch the show. So you can like really point out, and you're good at it, point out the stupidity more than anything, but definitely do not miss the fact that the doctor literally lets a guy die and goes, there he goes. Haha. That's the worst crime in that show, brother. That is the worst crime in that show. Not the Planet of the Incels and not all the other stupid shit. It was the doctor letting a dude die. He could have come back up from being a sperm. He was in the egg. He could have incubated him. The other doctor would have like incubated him and said, like, maybe this time around, on his next go, he'll do better. I'll keep an eye on him. Wouldn't that be more of a Doctor Who ending, Joe? I think so. Good luck, brother. Go check out Joe's Uber Geek. DD67 for 5 R's. Hi, Gary. Nobody's worried about Ben at in Fantastic Four. That's the only one left from updates. Anyway, I didn't like the kitchen scene in the trailer. Safe travels. Nothing impressed me. I wish his voice was gravelier, but I like the look. He looks like Ben Grimm. But no, I think this movie is this movie doesn't have a chance to make $1 billion. Not a fucking chance. That is done. That ship has. Well, it sailed with the female Silver Surfer, but I was willing to go, okay, I'll kind of wait and see with this one, but no $1 billion for Fantastic Four. And they need $1 billion for it because it was an expensive movie to make. And it's starting to look like no $1 billion for James Gunn Superman, but I could be wrong on that one. I'd be happy to be wrong. Horror on Marauder for $5. Girl, you got to stop. You got to save that money for the wedding. I wish I thought of wedding monetization. Honestly, never occurred to us. We just knew we wanted to marry. Haha. Well, that's the important part. Worry about the love stuff. Everything else will work itself out. Gary, did you hear Gremlins is confirmed by Warner Brothers? Yeah, just fucking no. They'll make a bunch of CGI gremlins. It'll be gay. When you drive to Montana, will Billings be a stop? Yes, Mark. 100%. Hale, do you remember a show called Mantis? I do. From the 90s. I loved it growing up. I love Mantis, Sean Skywalker. Cabral, whoa, out of FNT. Who out of FNT? Whoa. Would you have a good minute? Who out of FNT would have a good minute on Kill Tony? Well, Chrissy, she's a professional comedian. Ryan, I think would be next. And then me or Jeremy. I mean, I'm good at talking shit. I mean, Kill Tony is just talking shit. But Chrissy would be the best. Looking forward to your book. Any chance you could talk about some of your tats on the audio version? Big curious about them. Sure, Nicholas. There's like, it's really not that. I mean, I could tell you, like, I got my first one on my 18th birthday because that's all you could do when you were 18. I mean, well, then I went to Tijuana and got drunk and went to strip joints because the drinking age was much lower in Tijuana back in the day, Nicholas. But yeah, certainly. My stories will be mostly boring because I didn't put a lot of tats on my body for like, this one means a lot to me. You know, this one reminds me of my struggles as a drug addict, or this is to symbolize me forgiving the person who abused me as a child, or this one's for my mom. No, it's like, oh, I like this design. Let's just put it on my arm. That's it. That's all the thought that went into it. But I wanted to do like unique shit for the most part. Like, well, this one is just, that's the doctor's name. And I fucking loved it. And it's on the Peter Capaldi box set. And this, I'm forgetting the young lady's name. She made a whole fucking Time Lord language. And it was, I just like, that shit is awesome. I want that on my arm. So that's the doctor's name, which we will never know. Thank God. Expanse Books went downhill when it abandoned interesting sci-fi in book 4 for Belter grievance politics in 5 and 6. Well, I liked 5 because it was like Empire Strikes Back and they fucking leveled Earth and everything. But it was the follow-up to that was fucking Pow. Michiu, fucking what's her name? I'm forgetting her name. The Asian chick who they made like super anti-fuck cunt. Who was involved in killing the 5 billion people with Marcos. And they made her the leader of the Belters. But yeah, it just became Belter porn after that. I wish the Belters had been enslaved and gone to Dutchman of the Rings. Miller saved book 9. Yes. Well, okay. Jay, they never recovered from not having Miller. You know that, right? Like, you know that. So Miller was their first character. So each book had a different character that they focused on, and it was from their perspective. So the books are written kind of like A Song of Ice and Fire, except there's not 20 POV characters. There's like 2, right? 2 or 3. So you have Holden, and whoever the new POV character is. Right. And as more time goes on, it was more women in science and da 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 da. And they were really fucking brilliant and they were super brilliant. And have we told you they're brilliant? The Holden ones were the best. And then they stopped. Like Holden was sidelined, man. I hated that. Yeah, the belt of grievance is a great way to put it, Jay. I have seen A Scatter Darkly a long time ago, and I liked it. I, Lucifer, 1999, I did. For what it was. Adrian for $10. Do you happen to remember the Batman versus Predator limited series comics? Yeah, like the first one? Yes, I own it. I'm pretty sure that's Simon. Who did the covers? I'm pretty sure that's Simon Bisley. Let me check though. Batman versus Predator. Shit. Stop. Yep, that's the one. Oh, God, that's a beautiful cover. Look at that. DC Dark Horse. Dave Gibbons, Adam and Andy Kubert. I'm pretty damn sure that's a Simon Bisley cover. Could be wrong, though. It's been a minute. I've slept since then. That one has stuck with me over the years and wonder how it could be as a TV show. I think like if they did like a DC animated movie on that, I think that'd be fun. But it's all about rights. Danton Black for $5. Obscure comics I followed were Captain Canuck. I remember Captain Magnus, Robot Hunter, yes, and OMAC. Well, OMAC is Kirby. That's Kirby. I remember OMAC. Obscure I read that one. Thank you, Danton Black for $5. Offer Nate for $2. Are you responsible for the Ken Griffey Jr. error? Yes, it's me. You'll have to let me know when you're going to Montana. I will. I'll let you know this weekend or this week. B Ross for $5. Thank you, Horror Armorata. I bought a crossover graphic novel a few years ago. Batman and the Max. That's good stuff. Fun and weird. Ever read it? Yes, I own it. I own every Max comic. I love Sam Keith's The Max. Absolutely adored it. Fucking bizarre comic book. And I love the MTV cartoon, which was basically a motion comic, but it was great to watch. Delroy Lindo's Wretched Dagnabbits for $10. The most enjoyable comic that I have ever read is Shirtless Bear Fighter. If anyone disagrees, they can send Comics Division to punch my ankles. I won't disagree. I can't say I've read Shirtless Bear Fighter. I never get to catch you live anymore. Hail, mate. What's up? Are you done streaming? Didn't mean to stream over you guys. I was letting you go for a little while. What's up, Raging Rhino? Well, fucking move from your fucking penis colony. I'm just kidding. I love Australia. Great to see you, buddy. Tattoo artist here. I have a Rice Krispie treat on my knee. It snap, crackles, pops. Remember Roswell Conspiracy, Myths and Legends Saturday cartoon? I don't. What? Thumb ugly? I got to look that up. I got a Rice Krispie on my knee. It snap, crackles, and pops. Yeah, that's my fucking elbows and my back and everything. That's my everything. I should just tattoo fucking Rice Krispies all over me. That'd be painful. I got room for one more. I might do one more. I don't have any Tolkien tattoos. Somebody asked me about that the other day. And I said at the time, and I still feel that way, that, like, for example, I love the design of the Eye of Sauron, like the original, not the one from the movie, but the one from the book's design. But then the reason I didn't get it is the same reason I don't get tattoos of Tolkien. I respect the guy too much. He's dead. He wouldn't care. But he wouldn't like tattoos. And that bothers me. Like, I don't give a fuck what the creators of Doctor Who think or George R. Martin, or I got a BPRD tattoo. I got the seal of Rassilon. I got a Spider-Man on my back. I got a Wolverine on one calf and Ghost Rider on the other. Oh my God, when you're forgetting how many fucking tattoos. I don't even have that much. I'm not like sleeved or anything. I'm on my cap, but I won't put them on my legs because I got a sugar skull weird thing that I designed on my left arm. And this here. I'll show you an old one. This is the prison one. Well, okay, so the skull thing, that's a cover up of horrible prison tattoos, but that's a prison tattoo. It's just a wizard. It's a wizard holding a cauldron. That thing is fucking old, man. I gotta probably touch it up. But that thing, you can still see it, right? I got that thing when I was 22. So yeah, it's just a wizard holding a cauldron. That's all it is. It's not supposed to be any specific wizard. I just like wizards. Nothing deep there. What is the best girl boss movie? Terminator 2. Aliens. What I mean, like definition of girl boss, they're not really girl bosses, they're just fucking women trying to survive. Girl boss is a derogatory term. So there is no good girl boss movie. Devil Wears Prada, Matthew. There's a girl boss in there played by Meryl Streep. Probably one of the greatest girl bosses ever played. I would say in the very definition of the girl boss movie where it's good, Devil Wears Prada, which is a fantastic movie. Not made for me, yet I still like it, Matthew. The Ninth Doctor gives Slitheen a second chance in the episode Boomtown. Yes, he does. Yes, he does, Danton. Gary, are you going to Kalispell, Montana? I'm going to the Sage Bowl. Hale, have you ever played Half-Life 1? No, I haven't. There's a mod on the stream called Sven Coop. It lets you play the single player campaign cooperative with friends. No, but my son has played the hell out of it. He loves the Half-Lives. Loves them to death. So you're telling me George R. Martin had finished Winds of Winter and Dream of Spring a lot sooner than so you're telling me if George R. Martin had finished Winds of Winter and Dream of Spring a lot sooner, the conclusion of the show would have been a success. And what is Winds of Winter and what is Winds of Winter and Dream of Spring? Well, it's a dream that we're never going to get. Would they have been? Yes, the ending of the show would have been a success if he had finished the books earlier. Yes, 100%. But they already were a success. As dismal as season 8 was, it was a creative failure. A lot of people get that like mixed up. When I say something fails, you got to watch the video because there are multiple ways a show can fail. It can fail its audience by being a shitty story. It could fail its audience by betraying what the characters were. It could be a failure by betraying the audience. It could be a failure by just being bad, and then it could be a financial failure. There's lots of failures, lots of versions of failures. Doctor Strange Mom made a lot of money, and it was a fit. Well, it didn't make a lot, but it brought in almost $1 billion. It's a failure. And there's people still in fucking Hollywood to go, how could you say that? Like, where's the sequel? How do people generally think? What do they generally think about the movie? What's the majority? What does the majority think? They don't like it. Nobody talks about it. No cultural footprint. So Game of Thrones season 8 was an utter creative disaster. Also, most watched, the last episode was the most watched Game of Thrones episode ever. So Hayden. I don't even want to accept your excuses right now. You're breaking my heart, Hayden. I wish I was able to make it in Vegas this year, but I couldn't find a way to get away from work this time. It's called a cough. It's called sick. You and your fucking obligation to your family and all that stuff. Whatever. We see where your priorities are. You guys are going to have a blast there. Hopefully I can make it to the next one. Hail. Hail. You better make it to the next one, brother. You better. We're going to miss you, man. We're going to miss you. We are going to miss you. Nicholas Horton. This will be the last one for £5 Still, Gary, great tweet on X about the incel thing from the new episode. Like you tweeted, what the fuck? Stay safe, fellow nerd. Yeah, that's all. I'm like, what the fuck? But like, am I really surprised? No. That's like, like if they're just doing the same shit when I'm doing a video, if I'm not saying something new and it feels repetitive to me, I could easily make a Doctor Who video and it'd probably do fine. It'd do fine. And I'd be really grateful for it. But like, I can't let myself just, there's time where I just got to like, okay, I've said my piece, man. I've said my fucking piece. I was that way. Like I didn't review section 31. I could have tore that thing to fucking pieces. Probably should have, because it was kind of funny to watch. But I'm done with that world. I'm like, goodbye. Goodbye. There's always other fish to fry. There's always stuff to enjoy. And quite frankly, like, expanding the horizons a little bit past nerddom. I mean, like, you will never see me fucking reviewing on the channel movies like Nora. That my brother Chris does that much better than I do. That's his realm. That is his sphere. And that's where I'll tell people to go to watch indie. Like, I will not review shit like now. An Amelia Perez pops up. A lot of people, I got a lot of good response. Like, hey, you should kind of like. Even Chris said, like, yeah, you got to do more movies like that. And I'm like, oh, I will. But like, my slant is Chris' slant is movies. My slant is TV and prestige streaming. So I'm still always going to kind of favor that and streaming movies because they're just those are the modern B movies. Like G20 was so much fucking fun to watch. I don't know if anybody's going to give a shit. I put a lot of time in the video, but I don't know if anybody's going to give a shit. I don't care. I had so much fun fucking watching it. But definitely watch the beginning because that's the first script and probably the last I'll ever read. In the beginning. But Nicholas, like to all the Doctor Who fans, there's still so many of you out here that we found each other, and that's what really propelled the channel was like me just going no with the Jodie thing, and like I gave her a chance. I did for like one episode, but I gave her a chance, and I'm like, this is terrible. In the Doctor Who fandom, watching what happened to Star Wars. It's like Star Wars fandom has fought before. So they're used to fighting, with the prequels and stuff. Watching what happened to the Doctor Who fandom was tragic because that was one of the coolest fandoms out there, right? It was really fun. It was just fun. Nobody really fought. They just like, oh, Doctor Who, yeah, like talked about like theories and shit, and they don't talk about that anymore. And then when Lord of the Rings came up, I'm like, I really don't want happening to Lord of the Rings what happened to Doctor Who and Star Wars. And it's sad. Ultimately, it's sad. That show lasted so long, and it could have lasted longer. But I think we should just be grateful that we got 52 years, 51, 52 years of like fucking solid Doctor Who. And it's been pretty much shit ever since. But you know what? I still watch the classics. I'm getting I love that they're collecting the classic series on Blu-ray. I mean, the transfers aren't spectacular, but the special features are fucking gnarly. And the packaging is great. And I just recently watched Matt Smith's run. I don't know if I can watch Tenet for a long time, if ever. But Matt Smith, I can watch, and I appreciate him even more. He was such a fucking good doctor. And now I understand, because like what you Brits might not know is Matt Smith was more popular than David Tennant over here. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. With the youngins, they liked Matt Smith more than they liked David Tennant. The Americans did at the time. And I see why. He was better actor. People go, Tenet was in some great stuff, but like what Matt Smith did better than David Tennant was be a young old man. He could be a whimsical kid, a young old man, and look like a guy who will end your entire planet all in one streak. And I don't think even Matt knew at the time he was that good at it. Because Matt's a good actor. Matt should be a bigger star. He's a great Daemon Targaryen. Fucking perfect. But yeah. Go back and watch Matt's stuff again. His range is unfucking believable. Matthew Hammond for $2. Stargate 1 has a story arc with the Wizard Merlin. I know. But thanks for telling me. I did know that one. I knew that one. All Hollywood plans start years prior. So they pivoted woke peak, Me Too and BLM. When is this woke crap expected to pivot away? Assuming that they want to. It's in the process, but it's years away. I mean, like with certain stuff, you'll see it faster. With TV and reality and shit, you'll see it faster. And they're not going to full on pivot away. And I don't think Disney is at all. I think they're just biding their time to pivot right back in a lot of cases. But some studios are going to recognize, you know what? Those fucking religious movies make money when they're done right. You know what? People just like dumb action movies with like some big dude kicking the shit out of the dudes and shooting the fuck out of them. And those aren't expensive. Maybe we should make more of those. Huh. That fucking Taylor Sheridan. And I know Razor Fist's hatred of it, and I understand it. I do. But Taylor Sheridan's bringing back the fucking Western. So we might get like some more Westerns out of this. And we get kind of a Western soap opera thing. Like fucking Landman's a great show, dude. And what do you pin it as? A soap opera? I think it's just a dude putting out fires. There's enough action in it and shooting and stuff to keep the guys interested. And Ali Larder is fucking hot. Oh my God, is she hot? But yeah, when do they pivot? Better be soon. But I'm not Black Pill. I'll like give up on franchises that just don't take my energy. But I don't like. Do I think Star Wars could be made good someday and the desire will happen? Certainly, that possibility is always there with Star Trek and Star Wars and Doctor Who. It's years down the road, and you'll have to have a creative who's brave enough to piss off some people and go, we're erasing your shit because it sucked. Like, if I'm going to be a part of it, we got to erase your shit because it sucked. And we're going to pick it up from when it was good. And I will choose that time. Be it 50th anniversary, midway through Capaldi, whatever, even end of Capaldi. I'd accept that. I would. But anything Jodie, anything Shooty in the canon is poison, and it will be poison forever. And nothing will change that. No time, nothing will change that. Because ultimately they're not good. They weren't well-written episodes. If they were, people wouldn't hate it as much, including yours truly. So when does that change? It never fully changed 100%, but you will have more options in the future. V8 Maddie for $5 Australian. Question I got asked recently: what is the most romantic scene in a movie? I thought and replied, no, Biff, you leave her alone. Back to the Future. I'd have to think about that. That's a big question. What is the most romantic scene in a movie? Because it depends. Gary, as my fellow misogynist, can you give me a reason to hate The Fifth Element or fried green tomatoes? No. Not a single one. I mean, I'm not crazy about the movie Fried Green Tomatoes, but it was popular and I didn't hate it when I watched it. And The Fifth Element is fucking genius. Genius sci-fi. It's almost perfect sci-fi for me. It's the kind of sci-fi I like. A filled-in world that kind of reflects ours a little bit, but is just blown. Blade Runner. It's Blade Runner-ish. It's heavy metal-ish. It's a more thought out future. Like The Expanse prides itself as being a thought out future, but The Expanse is bereft of fun. And what made it fun in the beginning was Miller, but it's bereft of fun. There's no fun in The Expanse. Fifth Element's fun, but it is as thoughtful as, I mean, they don't have belters and stuff, but really the cabs and the mega cities, I mean, that stuff is kind of, Most romantic scene in a movie. I have to think about that. The stuff that usually I find romantic in like a not gay way is one person going through absolute hell to get back with the other. Nothing's going to stop them. Beating all odds to get to their girl. And they either save her or get back home, survive a war or something like that. That's or you could go the natural born killers route. I mean, they just were really into each other, you know, and they were murdering and killing, but man, they loved each other. They did. True Romance. That's a good one. Oh, okay. When in True Romance, when he's all, you want to see Spider-Man #1? Superman spinning the Earth back is a pretty epic, like committing yourself. How about Chasing Amy? I thought Chasing Amy was okay. I kind of thought it was overrated. Jay and Silent Bob's next. Were I fucking love that movie. It's got Daredevil in it. All right. We're gonna have to wrap it up there, folks. I gotta pack up and get ready for tomorrow. Matthew Hammond says Billy Bob Thornton was good in Goliath too. Billy Bob Thornton's a good fucking actor. Sergeant Strings for £5 Have you heard the rumors WB wants to do Baron and Luthien? Fuck no. I really fucking hope that's not the one of their favorite stories. They don't have the rights to it, but they probably could get the rights to it. No, not after. I saw that. Not after what they did to War of the Rohirrim. They can fuck right off. They can fuck right. Black Snape, War of the Rohirrim, Warner Brothers is no different. People are trying to sell that Zaslav was some fucking savior. I think he has better business acumen than fucking Iger, but Zaslav's really good at the fucking reality shit. Fucking stay the fuck away from. Just don't make Lord of the Rings anymore. Just leave it alone. Leave it the fuck alone. All right. Hey, thanks everybody for hanging out for so long. I really appreciate it. Broke Butt Mountain. There you go. I am going to, you can rewind. You can always rewind. The VOD is there. The VOD is there. You talked about Bone Tomahawk on FNT. You need to watch Dragged Across Concrete, the most underrated movie I've ever seen in years. Tense, raw, and funny. I'll check it out. I have not seen that. Bone Tomahawk's fucking the shit. All right, now I really got to go. Thanks to the Nerdrotics. Cheers to you. Thanks to everyone who left super chat and donation. You helped keep the lights on. It was just a fun hangout tonight. And thanks for everyone for participating. I will see you Monday on the Nooner. Or tomorrow on Forbidden Frontier with Mike Barra from Ancient Aliens and author Mike Barra. He's been on Coast to Coast AM recently. He's talked to Art Bell. He's a man he shook Art Bell's hand. I don't know if he did, but it's like shaking Sinatra's hand. He shook Art Bell's hand. He did. And Vegas, I'll be all up in ya tomorrow. Until next time, toodaloo.